Hey everybody, it's Johnny, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel. And today we aren't going to talk about Scentsy, we're going to talk about another brand of wax. But before we do, our Harvest collection has launched. It launched at midnight this past day, this morning, whatever you want to call it. And there are already a few things that have sold out. So if you're on the wall about some things or you're interested in looking, I would jump on that because these will only last as long as they are in stock. They won't be replenished like our regular catalog. So if you need any help with placing an order or if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I will leave my email as well as my personal website down in the description box below. That being said, we are going to take a look at some wax melts from Target or Target or whatever you want to call it. So these are all new. They're from their Threshold in-store brand, in-house brand. And they are priced competitively with Walmart sort of waxes. So they're around the $1.99 for a clam pack of 6. Now they are something to think about. They are a little bit smaller. I was just kind of taking a quick glance at one of the packages, and they are 2 ounces instead of 2.5 ounces. So it's 2 ounces for $1.99 versus 2.5 ounces for $2 usually at Walmart. And then if you wanted to compare it to Scentsy's more premium waxes, ours run usually for $6 for 3.2 ounces. So it's a little bit more than either of the 2 clamshells, but it is priced a little bit more premium because of some of the ingredients and the quality, although that can be subjective. I love my Scentsy, but I also love trying all different other brands. And there are some waxes in different brands that I absolutely adore. Some of them are from stores, some are from vendors, and some are just from me hacking up candles. So if it smells good, I don't care. But that being said, there were a whole bunch of them, and because they were so inexpensive and Target does like this free shipping over, I think it's 35 bucks, I just went ahead and bought one of each. So there are 32 that we're going to cover today. I will try to go through these fairly quickly, just so that we don't spend hours and hours on these, but I thought it would be kind of fun because they're pretty much new and you probably might not have even known that they even had a collection of wax at this point, so now you do. All right, let's dive in. There's a bunch to cover. And the first one I grabbed is Twilight Birch. It's a gray wax. Again, for those of you who have been to my channel, I don't care about the color of the wax, but some people are like, oh my goodness, it complements the scent and it's just the perfect color. Again, I just don't stare at my wax warmers, except for the lighting component of them to see they're pretty. Anyways. So Twilight Birch is with notes of sandalwood and cedar. Let's see what it smells like. So this is a cologne-y sort of scent. I do get a woody note for sure. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So one thing I will say really quick about these before we get too much into the descriptions is that, I don't know if you can tell, so you see on the camera, they do kind of break a little bit easily. So like they've all kind of like sort of cracked or crumbled. I don't know that if that is part of just the formulary because of it or because they don't fill it all the way full. So if you were to open like a Walmart wax clamshell, they'd fill it flush to the line, whereas here there's kind of like a little bit of a gap before the top. So again, 2 ounces versus 2.5. That being said, oh, this smells really good. I get the cedar, I get a sandalwood. I don't know if I specifically get birch, but then again, I'm not sure if I remember what a birch tree smells like. It's been, you know, a hot decade since I've been in a place that has birch trees, let alone went up to one and like took a whiff of the bark. Oh, but it smells good. It's definitely woody. There's definitely a cologne note to it. I really like this. If you are into like woody masculine scents, this would be way up your alley. I'm really excited to see how these burn. I found out through doing a little bit of digging that I believe these are made by the same company that Hannah's Candle makes wax melts from. So if you liked those, you will probably like these, and they may be some dupes of them relabeled. Anyways, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure. This one is Island Hibiscus. This is with notes of tropical fruit and hyacinth. So this is a fruity floral. I get like a passion fruit or like a guava or something, or a mango maybe. It's kind of hard to pull these out to smell the bottom. Yeah, it's definitely like a fruity floral with a slight fresh note to it. It's really nice for like end of summer if you're still in California, for example, like me. I tried to do a couple fall scents earlier this week, and they were scents I loved, and I just couldn't do it. It was just like, it's like 90 degrees here, 100 degrees. I can't do fall yet. But this one sounds like it's gonna be great. All right, let's move a little quicker, less about my chattering. This one's called Winter Magic. This one is with notes of white amber and pine. Oh, you get the pine. You get like a kind of sweet, minty sort of scent. It reminds me a little bit of, is it I'm Snow Over It or Slay All Day? I don't remember if it's one of the new ones or one that we already... Or it might be that, what is the other blue one that just came out? Light blue. What is it called? Slay All Day, maybe? No, I don't remember. This smells similar to one from our catalog in Scentsy. It smells really good. You do get the pine. You do get like a minty note, and then there's like a it's kind of like an amber note, but not in the normal sweet, I want to say like normal amber scent that you get. This is more of like a subdued white amber. And it's kind of like, it just rounds out the scent where like the pine and the mint notes are up in the forerunner. So that is Winter Magic. We've got Vanilla Bourbon with notes of brown sugar and caramel. Okay, definitely caramel. Definitely vanilla. I guess there's a hint of bourbon. The bourbon to me is not very strong. It's there, but it adds kind of like a hearty sort of spice note to the back of it, but it's mostly like caramel vanilla. It's nice. I don't know if I get specifically like a brown sugar note. I guess there is like a sugary sweetness, so there's like that molasses. It blends nicely with the caramel. So usually I'm not a big caramel person, but this one smells pretty good, so I'm curious to see how this will warm. That's Vanilla Bourbon. Next, we have Soft Cotton. This is with notes of orange blossom and jasmine. Ooh, I'm excited now. Orange blossom or orange product, like household cleaner? This smells like, this doesn't smell like soft cotton to me. When I think of cotton, I think of like laundry notes. I definitely don't, at least on the top of this, do not get a laundry vibe. No. I don't even know if I really get jasmine in this. I kind of get like a slightly powdery citrus scent from this with notes of orange blossom. It's literally like a powdery citrus scent to me. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. I don't get cotton out of this. I don't get soft cotton. I guess my version of soft cotton, and you know, I think of like lavender cotton or coconut cotton, or Egyptian cotton from what is it, Sensationals? Something that has like cotton notes in it. That doesn't really smell like cotton at all to me. So faulty name maybe, but it's not a bad scent. Rain Lily. This is with notes of magnolia and citrus. Oh, now this is nice. This is a sweet floral. You definitely smell the magnolia. It's more of like an authentic floral. Slightly perfumey though. I think the citrus kind of lends to that. Ooh, this is nice. This is very nice. It's like a lily magnolia, authentic sort of floral. I don't really get citrus though. I guess there's a hint of citrus, but it's mostly like floral. I think that's pretty good, and it's not like a powdery floral to me, so I'm curious to see how that one's gonna warm. Next we have Cozy Cashmere. This is with notes of vanilla and amber. So we I think had a Cozy Cashmere or something in our Scentsy collection, and I don't actually remember if I know what it smells like anymore. All right, so this one, it does smell like Cozy Cashmere. Oh, this is good. This is more of what I want a cashmere scent to smell like. It reminds me of Scentsy's Cozy Cardigan without the rose. So if you love our Cozy Cardigan scent, but the rose note to it sometimes throws you off, but you like the other parts of it, this is like that minus the rose. Oh, this is really good. If this warms anything like our Cozy Cardigan, which is like a powerhouse and is fantastic, I may have to stock up on this. Now, something I noticed with these waxes is that these arrived today. So I figured I was excited. Let's do a video. They are a little bit perspiry, so it is a softer wax than something like the Walmart waxes. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes, like when Walmart ships stuff, or you get Walmart waxes, they tend to survive longer because they're a harder wax. This seems to be not quite as maybe soft as Scentsy wax, but it's definitely somewhere in between. Anyways, that one's really good. That's Cozy Cashmere. Ooh, I'm so excited about that. Next, we have Seaside Driftwood. This is with notes of marine moss and cedar. I feel like I'm gonna like this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's driftwood and cedar right there. Like, don't even have to hunt for it. And there's like a mossy, fresh note to it. Oh, this is so good. Oh man, some of these scents are winning all sorts of check marks on like the does it check this box? Oh, that's so good. Marine moss. Yeah. You get a little bit of a just a hint of aquatic vibe from like the fresh mossiness, but it's mostly like cedar and driftwood. Oh, that is good. That is Seaside Driftwood. So many good ones so far. The next one is Cardamom Clove with notes of cinnamon and nutmeg. Oh, yeah, you definitely smell the cardamom. There's clove, but I think the cardamom is definitely the front runner. For sure. You do get some cinnamon. It's like a bakery cinnamon, not like a red hot cinnamon, which is good because I don't like red hot cinnamon. And you do get clove, but it's a lot more muted. So if you think of like Scentsy's clove and cinnamon, where it's like clove and cinnamon and nothing else, this is like cardamom with some sweet bakery cinnamon and then some clove. This is like if I were baking. Oh, and there's nutmeg in here. That's what it is. Oh, this is like the right balance of spices. I don't usually go for like baking or spice note sort of stuff because it tends to be too heavy usually on cinnamon or something, or it's just not my thing. This is a really balanced just spices. Like this is like if you were baking bread or a pastry or muffins. I would imagine the dry ingredients smelling like this. Oh, it's so aromatic. I really hope this warms as well as it smells right now. Okay, next we have Hickory Embers with notes of what? Olibinum and cedar. I don't know what olibinum is. Sorry. I have no idea. What is olibinum? Hey Google, what is olibinum?
Here's the definition of alamode.
No, hey Google, stop. Never mind. He can't apparently understand because I don't know how to pronounce it. Anyways. So this smells like a campfire. You definitely get the hickory note. You get a smokiness. It reminds me of our Around the Campfire from Scentsy. But instead of like the more molten embery notes that ours has, this is more on like the hickory smoky notes. Yeah, I definitely get a big whiff of smoke on cold sniff. So I have a feeling it almost has like a slight, because of the cedar in it, it almost has like a slight incensey sort of vibe on the back end. It's really good if you like woodsy, smoky, campfire sort of scents. Ooh, and I bet if you mix this with like a vanilla or a marshmallow scent, you'd get a really good like, what is it, Bath and Body Works Marshmallow Fireside Imposter or something. This is really good. That's Hickory Embers. Next we have Sunset Sands with notes of pineapple and coconut. I get pineapple, for sure. I do get the creaminess of the coconut. I don't know what they're trying to pawn off as sands, though. I don't smell any sandy note to this. This smells like... Yeah, this smells like just pineapple and coconut to me. This smells like... It's kind of like along Pina Colada Cha-Cha vibes, where you have like a creamy coconut with like a pineapple, sweet pineapple. I guess there's like a slight musk note to it or something that gives a sand maybe vibe. But it's very subtle if it is that. It's mostly like creamy coconut with a hint of sweet pineapple. I don't know, I don't really get... Yeah, it's like a softer version of Pina Colada Cha-Cha without the rum and like a sand note maybe. Questionable. It smells nice, but I don't really get the sands part of it. Next is Vanilla Bean and Amber. This is with notes of tonka and woods. Oh. I could eat this. You get the vanilla bean for sure. There is the sweet amber richness in there, but it's not overwhelming. It's more vanilla. It's almost like a perfumey vanilla. And it's because the woody note underneath it with the tonka. Oh. Oh, that's so good. You can smell like the undernotes of the woods. Oh man, this is sinful. That could be like... can you imagine that as a bedroom scent? Oh, someone will be having a happy time that evening. Anyways, Vanilla Bean and Amber, it smells really good. Well, moving on. Woo! Cassava Melon with notes of honeydew and watermelon. So this is gonna be a melon. Ooh, oh, okay. There's like a, almost like a peppery, spicy note to this. Or maybe I'm just smelling from something else that I smelled earlier, but there's like, no, there's like a weird, maybe it's from the cassava. There's like a, it's like a slightly spicy, maybe, I don't know, peppery melon. Maybe I'm smelling pepper, but there's no pepper in this. Maybe it's, I do get like the honeydew mixed with the watermelon. And I don't remember what a cassava melon would be, but is that just a cantaloupe? It's like melon, melon, melon. I think the watermelon mellows out the scent a little bit. So like if you were not a fan of, let's say, strawberry and rock melon from Scentsy, where like the jam note was like along with the pungent rock melon kind of thing going on, was like, or cantaloupe basically, was a little bit too pungent. It's muted by the honeydew and the watermelon aquatic sort of note in this, so it's like a more well-balanced melon scent. You still get a little bit of that pungency that you would with like strawberry and rock melon, but instead of that weird jam note in there, if that was just not throwing it for you, this is more just like melon. I don't know how you're gonna feel about that one, but we'll give it a shot. Next we have Eucalyptus Leaf with notes of lemongrass and thyme. This reminds me of Just Breathe. Yeah. This is like a more, like a thyme note instead of, I think ours is eucalyptus and lemon and I want to say mint. And this is eucalyptus, lemon, grass, and thyme. Yeah, it's similar to our Just Breathe from Scentsy. So if you like a fresh sort of lemony scent like that with like the herbal side, but you know, a nice balance, you might like this one, Eucalyptus Leaf. I think that adding in the lemongrass was a smart move because it definitely takes away like the herbacity of a eucalyptus sort of smell. I'm getting like nightmare flashbacks of our eucalyptus scent from Scentsy. All right. Coconut Sorbet with notes of sugarcane and lime. This one, you get the coconut and you get lime, a hint of lime in the back. It kind of reminds me, there's a, I want to say it's called like Coconut Vacay or something from Walmart. I think it's a Better Homes and Gardens. It could be Sensational, but it's very similar to that, but less biting lime. Yeah, it's more in the coconut and a hint of lime rather than like lime and coconut. That's good. I don't know if I get the sorbet note to this. Maybe it's like the sugarcane is supposed to add a sweetness to it. I guess it's more of like a sorbet kind of note as opposed to just a pure coconut and hint of lime. There's definitely like a sweeter note to this. So I guess I could see that being the sugarcane. It's good. I'm kind of excited to warm. Are you excited to see what I think of these when I warm them? Because I am. All right, next is Cypress Sage with notes of lavender and fir. Woo! This is like a Christmas scent. Christmas lavender. You get cypress, which is like a green tree. You definitely smell the lavender underneath there. I don't know if I get sage. Maybe. I think the top notes for me are like the cypress. Oh, and there's notes of fir in there. Yeah, I get the fir. I get the cypress. I get the lavender. I'm not sure if I really pick up on the sage. But it might be in there to kind of tone down the Christmas tree notes so it's not so crazy. Ooh, that's good. That'll be like a refreshing, relaxing, Christmassy sort of holiday scent. I don't know if I'll warm this right now because it's like gonna be 90-something degrees again in the next couple days, and I don't want to smell a Christmas tree in the middle of that, but I guess Christmas in July could work, sort of concept. That would be great for the holidays, though. Next, we have Festive Spice. This is with notes of clove and cinnamon. Oh, this is like Christmas Cottage. I think that's the one it is. I'm pretty sure this is like Christmas Cottage or Welcome Home or something like that. I think it's Christmas Cottage from Scentsy. You definitely get a cinnamon. It's more along the lines of like a red hot cinnamon than a sweet bakery cinnamon. But you get like that craft store vibe, like Michael's, whatever. That's kind of like what Christmas Cottage is or whatever it's called. Yeah, I don't mind these sorts of scents. They're not my particular wheelhouse cup of tea sort of thing, but it does give you all the scents that it claims to be doing. So far this is going pretty well. Next we have Blackberry Oak with notes of raspberry and currant. I get... This is like... This is like a less vanilla version of Black Raspberry Vanilla from Scentsy. I guess I get a hint of oak. I mostly get like that blackberry, raspberry mix. Yeah, this is literally, I don't even know if I get a currant note in that. I get mostly raspberry and blackberry. This is like a non-vanilla version of Black Raspberry Vanilla from Scentsy. So if you like that one, this may be one you'd like to try. I don't really smell the oak component to this. I don't know where that's supposed to be, but it's definitely like Black Raspberry Vanilla minus vanilla. Next we have fresh Fraser with notes of cedar and balsam. I wonder if that's a typo. I thought Fraser had an I in it. Maybe it's Fraser. I don't know. Spell check. Anyways, let's see how greeny this one smells. Ooh, you get the balsam. Right out the bat, I get the balsam. Do I get cedar? Maybe. I mostly get balsam. I definitely get a green Christmas tree. I don't know if I could say it was Fraser versus Douglas versus, I don't know, Ichabod Crane, but yeah, you definitely get the balsam. And I think balsam is like one of my favorite woodsy scents, especially around the holidays. So this one I think I'm going to really enjoy a lot. It reminds me of if you smelled, what is it? Better Homes and Gardens, orange or citrus and white balsam, I think it was what it was called, or something like that last year for a holiday scent. It's like that, but without the orange citrus notes. It's just like the balsam component to it. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah, this would be amazing around the Christmas time. Okay. Next is Cedar Patchouli. This is with notes of tobacco and sandalwood. I get the tobacco note. This is a very, like, smoking pipe sort of smell. Notes of tobacco. Do I get sandalwood? Very minimal, in my opinion. I don't know if I really... I think I definitely get the tobacco vibe. I definitely get, like, the cedar patchouli mix. See, I don't really remember what patchouli on its own smells like, because everything I've had has been with it, like, mixed in. It's like that weird musky sort of smell, but it works with the tobacco in here. I think the tobacco note is the strongest. This smells literally like someone's smoking, like, a pipe or something without the smoky note. That's really interesting. It's very, like, is it cologne-y? Yeah, it's definitely like a rich, sophisticated cologne tobacco sort of smell. If you like really masculine, like uber masculine scents, or like think of like a gentleman's club, smoker's lounge without the smoke component and just like the tobacco smell, this one might be the one for you. Ooh, that is strong. All right, next we have Sunshine Apple with notes of crisp pear and citrus. Oh man, this is like... Oh man. This... This is really similar to Johnny Appleseed, in my opinion. I don't know if I get the citrus note, but I get the juiciness from the pear. Oh man, this is either like a dupe of or very similar to Johnny Appleseed from from Scentsy with like there is a slight pear vibe to it, like because of the juiciness of it, but it's like when I first opened this, I was like, wait, this is Johnny Appleseed. This is very close to Johnny Appleseed. Yeah, because like there's, so what is it? Better Homes and Gardens has Fresh Orchard Apples, which is another like fresh apple scent, but it's not quite as like juicy, I want to say, as like Johnny Appleseed is. And so as much as I've stocked up on it in the interim, Johnny Appleseed is still probably like my favorite just apple scent without any spice. This gives that on a run for its money, at least on cold sniffs. So if you really love Johnny Appleseed, see if you can find Sunshine Apple. All right, moving on. Tangerine Ginger with notes of clementine and mandarin. This kind of gives me Be Fabulous vibes without the musk. Maybe there's a hint of musk. It's more citrusy. It's like that. I don't know if I get ginger in this. Maybe. There is a little bit of, yeah, there's more ginger in this. This is like, I guess this is like a hybrid between, so I'm using Scentsy terms because I know Scentsy scents more. So like think Mandarin Moon, which is like orange and ginger, but more like fall. And then think Rise and Sunshine, which is cherry and sweeter orange and like a tingling ginger. So it has that vibe minus like the cherry note because there's no cherry in this. But instead of being like more fall focused, this is more like think Be Fabulous vibes in terms of like the citrus fruity component, which is like a white grapefruit and I want to say orange or citrus and musk of some sort. And I love that scent. This is like the weird hybrid between the two scents. So like if you put Mandarin Moon / Rise and Sunshine and Be Fabulous in a blender and then took out the cherry note and took out like the more fall autumnal components and took out the musk from the Be Fabulous. That's kind of what you get here. It's really good. I really hope that when it warms, it kind of does that blend that I'm thinking of in my head, which sounds amazing. We'll see. All right, next is Lavender White Tea with notes of clary sage and aloe. And aloe. Ooh, I get lavender. It's kind of powdery though. Maybe it's the sage that's doing that. I don't know if I get an aloe note, although I don't really know what aloe smells like. It smells like a powdery lavender. Like very perfumey, like one of those fancy powders. Yeah, it just smells like a powdery lavender to me. Lavender? Lavender. See, I feel like, yeah, it just smells like lavender powder to me. It's literally like my mom's lavender talcum powder. I don't know. I don't get a white tea note. I don't get sage, and I certainly don't get aloe. I just get powder and lavender. So if you like lavender talcum powder, this will make your, like at least on cold, it smells just like it. Don't rub it on yourself. It won't give you the same effects as talcum powder will do. Next we have Hawaiian Nectar with notes of persimmon and acai. For the longest time I called it acai. Gosh. Ooh, what is this? Oh. No, no, no. I do not like this. Sam, I am. I do not like green eggs and ham or persimmon and acai and sweet Hawaiian nectar. Where's the acai part of this? It is definitely a nectar note. I don't really remember what I think I do know what a persimmon smells like. There's like a really musky vibe to this one that is doing some... It's not powdery, it's musky. I don't know if that's the persimmon. I know acai does not smell like this. No. I don't know where the acai component of this is. This is some sort of persimmon nectar strangeness. This is like probably, out of all of these, this might be one of my least favorite ones. I don't know what Hawaiian nectar they pulled from, but I don't remember any Hawaiian nectar when I was in Hawaii smelling like this. So, not a fan of that one, but your mileage may vary. Maybe you're like, oh my gosh, this is my favorite, and that's totally fine. Pumpkin spice with notes of cinnamon and vanilla. And it's pumpkin spice with vanilla and cinnamon. I don't know if it's a bakery cinnamon. It's like right in between bakery and more like a spicy cinnamon. But you get the pumpkin and you get the vanilla. Like it is what it says it is. Is it... It's not one of my favorites, but I don't mind it. I know my roommate will hate it because I remember I was like, are you ready for fall fragrances? And he was like, as long as you don't warm pumpkin spice. So this one will be warmed in my part of the apartment so that I don't cause him to rip warmers out of the wall. Next, we have Tropical Breeze with notes of beach grass and melon. We're almost done, I promise. We have like 5 more. Ooh, this smells like... What does this remind me of? This reminds me of Harbor's Edge from Scentsy. Minus like the raspberry note. Or raspberry bush or whatever note it was. It smells just like Harbor's Edge to me. So if you liked Harbor's Edge, or you like something like... Is it like Mineral Oasis? It's giving me a little bit of Mineral Oasis vibes as well. It's like in between Harbor's Edge and Mineral Oasis from Scentsy. You might like this one. This is Tropical Breeze. Alright, then we have caramel latte with notes of coffee and vanilla. I get the caramel, whatever. I really don't like that these cubes broke off, but I don't really get a whole lot of latte or coffee note in here. It's funny, the picture has a latte, and I think those are stroopwafels next to it. And I feel like I'm getting more of like a stroopwafel, like a vanilla stroopwafel versus a latte. Like a vanilla caramel stroopwafel. Like there's like a slight musky coffee note. It's not really... I don't know. It may smell different when it's warmed. On cold, it smells like a slightly musky coffee note in the background. But it's mostly like buttery caramel vanilla. It kind of smells to me like Stroopwafel Delight. Not by any means a dupe. But this is definitely more caramel and like hint of coffee. But it has the same sort of... It's along the lines of that like sort of gourmand bakery scent. So give it a try if you're like a Stroopwafel super bakery person, or if you like hints of coffee. I'm curious to see if that'll warm as it smells right there. Now the last 4, we're not gonna go and sniff through them, but what I found was really cool is with this collection, I don't know if they're gonna keep making these, but in addition to all of the single 6-packs, they also offer trios where you have 3 of the new scents in a clamshell together. So this is 2.5 ounces. I think these might be, I think these are still $1.99, but then you get 4 mini cubes, if you will, of 3 different scents. So they come in, this one is, I think, the holiday one, which is fresh Fraser, Festive Spice and Cozy Cashmere bundled together. You have this one, which has pumpkin spice, caramel latte, vanilla bean, and amber together. You get this one, which is blackberry oak, vanilla bean, and amber, and cedar patchouli together. And then this one, which is lavender white tea, eucalyptus leaf, and tangerine ginger together like that. So, and they all smell like they did. What's interesting is with these, just going in and the pairings of 3 that they've put together, I know they're from similar scent categories, but in terms of how they mix together, these could all be like warm simultaneously. So you could theoretically, if you liked, let's say this collection, you liked each of the scents, or you want to blend them, warming these and alternating warmers, I can see them being really efficient to come up with great scents. So what I appreciate is that if you didn't want to like shell out for $2 for just one scent, you could get a little sample pack, if you will. And the nice thing about it is they're all, like the 3 in each individual sample pack go along a theme, so they're all complementary to one another. So that's really cool. Obviously these wax cubes are going to be even smaller than these, or maybe not. Maybe it's about, just a little bit more, because they are a little bit thicker too. I would say that these, each scent is like 3 cubes worth of one of these in one of these. So these might be a better value in terms of the amount of wax you get per penny, but then you get 3 different scents as opposed to 1 fragrance. Anyways, I'm really excited about those. I didn't know what to expect, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I'm curious to start warming these and to add them to my warming basket. I will be reporting back in one of my fragrance feedback videos on how they do. Obviously not all of them at once, but as I warm through them, they will make it into that box, and we'll talk about them. So, that being said, what are your thoughts? Did you know that Target had a Threshold wax collection now in-house? Are you planning on trying any of these scents? Do any of them sound interesting to you? What are your thoughts if you have tried them, in terms of comparison with Scentsy, with Walmart wax, with other waxes that you've tried in stores? I think for the budget conscious, they may be a decent thing to consider. If certain more premium waxes or vendor waxes are a little bit cost inhibitive at times, I get it. Scentsy, for example, is not the cheapest wax out there, and you know, we can't always afford to be shelling out tons for things, but I believe in the quality of it. Otherwise I wouldn't sell it or be a consultant. So, that being said, I'm really curious on these. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought it was helpful or informative, considering hit the like and subscribe buttons so that I can continue making some awesome videos for you. And I will see you in the next one. Don't forget, our harvest collection for Scentsy is live. So remember, get them the stuff while you can, because it is selling out. All right, I will talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.